What's up, you guys? Good evening, good evening. It is Friday night when I am filming this. And for those of you who have a life and you're out, I'm pretty sure you're not tuning in. But those of us who are old and we are not even cool and hip anymore, that's who's here, right? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. What's up, you guys? Can you guys hear me good? I have a new microphone set up, so hopefully you can. So what's up? This is April. This is your cosmic homegirl. And I'm gonna keep saying this because people are still following my old stuff, but my channel was under PiscesMoon Goddess. I changed the name. Okay, so now I'm your cosmic homegirl. I've been your cosmic homegirl, but just the name change on my platform. So I'm doing a part 2 of my Ask Your Cosmic Homegirl live broadcast, the Valentine's Day edition. Yes, I said it with an M. Valentine, okay? Oh my gosh. If you guys know me by now, you know I'm sarcastic and goofy as hell. So I know it's Valentine, okay? I know it's Valentine, but I just like to make fun of the people that still say it Valentine, like they're in kindergarten or something. I think it's cute. So what's up, guys? What's up? So I got some questions. When did I do my last one? Was it like last week or a few days ago? My last live broadcast on love and astrology. But anyway, I did get some questions at that time. I got through most of them, and then I had like somebody email me some stuff, and then I had somebody ask me about like some other things in astrology, so to do with love. So we're gonna talk about those. What's up, guys? Thanks for being here. What's up? What's up? So anyway. Yeah, so I am gonna do horoscopes for every sign, talking about Valentine's Day. And excuse me, oh my gosh. Hold up, I need to take a sip. I need a drink. And I'll let you guys have a chance to come through while I do that. But thanks for coming through and supporting, you guys. Alrighty. So if you guys have any questions at all while I'm live about how to see love and relationships and soulmates and all that stuff in astrology, go ahead and drop it. Go ahead and drop it. But yeah, so there was one person that emailed me, and so that's what I encourage you guys to do. Anytime I have these Ask Your Cosmic Homegirl, I'm gonna do them. I'm gonna try to do them pretty often. They're going to be more like, you know, going forward, it's going to be more, it might be more like pre-recorded to where I read ones that somebody's already sent to me and kind of go through a little analysis and stuff. So yeah. Wingstar says, it doesn't feel like Friday unless I hear you talk about astrology. Oh, thank you, girl. Thank you. Okay, so I had somebody email me. And she asked a question about whether or not I see soulmates in her chart. While I pull it up, hold on, let me put on a little jam for you guys, a little Valentine's Day jam while I pull up her chart and screen share. Let me know if you guys remember this. Hopefully it's not loud, too loud with feedback. Wow, that is so loud. All right, so where is her... Hold up. Where's her email? So I'm gonna answer her question about she sent me her chart and her ex's chart. And girl, you had some drama. I don't know if she wants me to say her name or if she wants to remain anonymous, so I won't say it. But this is what she had to say. She said, I have one question about soulmates. I met my Pisces ex in 2015. I have my North Node in Virgo and South Node in Pisces. So the node shifted into my nodes in 2015. Okay, so what that means is the eclipses of that year were happening in the sign of her North and South Node, which if you guys don't know what those are points of karmic destiny and fated events and stuff like that. And they're based on the eclipses too. So anyway, she had like some fated stuff going on that year, obviously. So she said he has a Gemini moon and Venus in Aries. So when you talked about the cheating signs, it hit home. Oh, really now? Okay. He up and left me in 2016. No explanation, just cut me off. Really now. She says she went a whole year wondering what wrong. And then Jupiter hit Scorpio and the truth came out, honey. Okay, she saw on social media that 2 weeks after he dumped her, he posted a new relationship. And last year on his birthday, he got engaged to a porn chick who's an artist. Excuse me? He did what to you, girl? No, he did not. She said when we talked about soulmates, she could really see the connection. It felt like when they met, it felt like home for both of them. And when he left, she said it literally felt like a part of her died. And she's still not 100% over him and thinking of going to see a shaman to do some cord cutting because she felt so connected to that mother. And I'm reading word for word from her email, right? She said, my question is based on our charts. Is this a soulmate connection? Okay. So she sent me to, it wasn't like the round charts. It's the cafe astrology, the list. And everybody's eyes are different and they're trained to look at things differently. I started out reading charts based off of cafe astrology. I'm a numbers and a table, Excel spreadsheet trained eye person. So I can look at these and still see, you know, some important information. Some people are like, no, you have to look at the round chart. Okay. And I'm like, well, I can look at that, but I can still read off of these tables too, with being like a clerical field nerd. Okay. Yes, that song was 4-Page Letter. Oh my gosh. You guys remember that song? 4-Page Letter from Aaliyah about writing a love letter. Do any of you guys write love letters, or did you ever write love letters? Let me know. Let me know. I do come from an era to where we did write notes in class. We wrote love letters and stuff like that. We weren't texting, you know, we didn't have that. So we still wrote letters back then. And I think love letters are dope, even now. Like, I would still write a love letter. Like, now I'm like married and we're all like settled and everything, but I still sometimes write love letters to him. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So what about you guys? What about you guys? So I'm going to show my screen. I'm going to show the chart. Well, what she showed us. Okay, so here we go. Let's screen share. Okay, so she wants to know, this is her chart, if we see a soulmate connection. Okay, so once again, if your eyes cannot read these, just follow along with what I say, okay? All right, so this girl's a Scorpio. So number one thing here, if you are a Scorpio, or if you have planets in your 8th house, then that's really an indicator of it being hard to let go of people, okay? Because Scorpio is the sign of a soul bond, a soul connection. The 8th house and Scorpio, they mean the same thing. So soul bond, soul connection. It's very, very hard to let go because we join and we merge with people in a way that is very, very deep. And other signs just don't do that. They're more superficial, they're more surface level. They could just get on with it, you know. And then plus, look at this girl. She has a sun and Venus in Scorpio. And okay. So I'm not going to do a full-on reading for her, but I see a lot of stuff here that I could elaborate on. But just her being a sun and Venus in Scorpio, yeah, that is that's an indicator right there of it being hard for you to let go in relationships. Having Venus and Uranus conjunct, well, that means that you can, like, as quickly as relationships begin is as quickly as they can end, sometimes with Venus and Uranus conjunct. But then they're in the sign of Scorpio, which really wants to cling on to the soul of a person. But then Uranus is telling you let go, you know, to just suddenly let go and leave and bounce, like when you feel like things are not right. But then, so you have that dilemma already, okay? Now, let's look at the dude. Okay, so does the dude have anything in Scorpio? He's a Pluto in Libra. Oh, okay, okay. So anyway, the only thing he has in Scorpio is Uranus. Um, so it's not really, hold on, let me see. Her Venus is at 15 degrees, her Uranus is 16 degrees, and then his Uranus is 25 degrees. Okay, so no, I don't really see that. But what I do see is this. When somebody asks me about soulmate connections, what I look for is I look at their nodes, the north node and the south node. I look at if there are any conjunctions to each other's north node or south node. And the only conjunctions I saw was that she has, see, if she has a north node in Virgo at 25 degrees, right? And he has, what does he have around? He has Saturn. He has Saturn in Virgo at 25 degrees. His Saturn conjunct her north node. Well, Saturn represents hard lessons, okay? So if the north node is your karmic destiny in this lifetime and somebody's Saturn comes in contact with it, that means they are here to teach you some kind of a lesson, right? And then he has Mercury in Pisces, 21 degrees. Mercury in Pisces, okay? So remember that, 21 degrees. So she has a north node. Okay, so her south node is the opposite of this. It's 25 degrees of Pisces. So her south node and his Mercury are in a conjunction with one another. Mercury represents communication. It also represents friendships sometimes. So maybe they felt like a connection to where they had communicated with each other in a past life. Maybe they were friends or neighbors or something in a past life. But nothing like serious and lovey-dovey. So that's what I see is there was a sense of familiarity because of that past life connection, maybe possibly as friends or something. But the North Node and the Saturn conjunct, that just tells me that he was here to teach you some kind of a lesson, and you should just take it and run with it. Another thing is his Saturn. It was like 23 degrees Virgo. Oh, well, look at Hera. Her 8th house is his Saturn is conjunct her 8th house cusp. Okay, so Saturn conjunct the 8th house cusp. When somebody's Saturn lands in your 8th house, there is a really big karmic lesson there. Saturn is an anchor, so his Saturn is anchoring down in her 8th house. So he really made an imprint there. Yes, girl, what I do recommend is, I'm going to stop screen sharing. So what I recommend our homegirl to do is definitely to see somebody who can help her cut the ties, cut the cords with this person, because I feel like with those connections with his Saturn in her 8th house, he really was like weighing her down karmically some kind of way. Like the 8th house could be the soul, and like his Saturn is like draining her soul, you know? So I recommend that she definitely sees somebody to help her to cut the ties with this man, because he was really he was really draining to her. So yeah, I think that you should definitely do that, girl. And to answer your question about readings with me, yes, you can book a 30-minute Skype with me. We can talk about anything, but I will hit you up via email and respond. So yes, so that was Miss Anonymous. Okay, so let me see. Okay, yeah, sounds like karmic lessons. Yeah, true. Writing Satara, what's up, Satara? Writing poetry. Oh my goodness, poetry. You know, Venus is entering Pisces on the 10th, and I'm gonna talk about that just a little bit. But Pisces is poetry, and Venus is like love and our expression of love. So most definitely, try to write some poems or something for Valentine's Day. You know, go back to the old school, write poems, write letters, anything like that. Wingstar asked, do text count? I guess if you want to text somebody a long letter, I guess they can count. Let's see. Satara says, I'm from your generation, April. I like letters. Thank you very much. I still do too. You know, I have a box of, I'm a Taurus stellium, if you guys don't know, but Tauruses, we tend to keep everything material, right? I have a box, a shoe box, full of letters from junior high on up through high school. Mostly from my friends and stuff. I think anyone who I was in a relationship with during the high school years, I only had two. I think I threw their letters away, sadly. But I do have like a bunch of letters and stuff in there and notes and everything. And once in a while, I'll bring them out and embarrass my friends. But hey, I really love the whole concept of like writing letters and stuff. I don't have the patience for it now, like not like that, like back in the day when we were sitting in class writing up. Did you guys ever write like a note to somebody, especially like talking about a crush or to a crush, and then the teacher snatched it up and then they read it to the class? Oh, I have seen it. I saw it happen to people. Oh my gosh, I saw it happen in school detention. Somebody was writing about stuff, and that teacher, she was very ruthless. The in-school suspension lady was ruthless, and she snatched it up and she read it in front of the class. Oh my gosh, I felt so embarrassed. I'm like, yo, like invasion of privacy, like Scorpio, Pluto and Scorpio at that time. It was like, oh no. So anyway, let me know if you guys have ever had that happen to you. Let me see what else you guys are saying real quick before I get into some other stuff. Any tips of looking feminine as a boy? Any tips of looking feminine as a boy? So Meme Supreme, are you saying that you are a boy and you want to look more feminine? Let me know. Please elaborate on that. And then, yeah. All right. So Dia asks, hey, what's up, Dia? Dia asks, what if you and a partner share the same nodes of the moon, but in reverse? So if you have your north node and south node in the same signs, but like reverse, like your partner's north node is conjunct your south node and vice versa, that is a really karmic relationship, but it may be a little bit more of a difficult one. Because you guys are on different missions in this lifetime, but yet you guys feel comfortable and familiar with each other because you remind each other of like your past lives, you know? Like, I have a friend and she's with a man who his north node is in Virgo, south node in Pisces, and her south node is in her north node is in Pisces, south node in Virgo. Okay, and then she's got a Pisces moon with her north node, so her moon is helping to guide her on this mission, you know, in this incarnation here. And the dude's north node in Virgo, he has a bunch of Virgo planets along with it too. So he has like all these Virgo planets helping him to be on a Virgo mission. So anything Pisces, the dude is going to be like, nah, I'm kind of like allergic to that Pisces stuff. Like I'm here to do something else, you know? And then with the girl, her south node in Virgo, she's like, she tells me all the time, I'm not with that pettiness. Like, I'm not about like, you know, like petty stuff that she feels petty stuff that Virgos can really pay too much attention to. She's like, I'm not with that, you know? And so because of that, they actually do have kind of a struggle sometimes, you know? So we have to look at other things in the chart to see how the relationship can still possibly progress and how they can still learn and grow from each other, even though they may be on different missions. So yeah. Renee says, I just realized that my boyfriend's Juno is conjunct my south node. Now, Juno conjunct south node, that can be one of those placements to where you feel like a really tight bond with somebody and you feel like you could have been married in a past life, which you very well could have been, because Juno is an asteroid that does represent marriage and marriage partnership and stuff like that. And then the south node, you know, is your past life. So it could be possible, Renee. Let's see. Sun on Pluto in synastry. Oh my gosh. Okay. So if your sun is conjunct somebody's Pluto, you guys can bring, like, the sun is shining a big old flashlight on Pluto, right? It's shining a light on Pluto. So it's bringing out more Pluto energy in somebody, actually in both of you guys. And that can actually be really good for your bang bang boogie, you know, your personal, you know, like the doing the do life. It could be good for that because that's an intense energy. It's an intense bond. Like you just feel drawn to each other like magnets and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But there can also be power struggles because Pluto is power, but it's like that silent mobster power. Okay, it's like it's like the silent power, like, you know, you don't even have to say anything. You just walk into a room and like people just know that you're a powerful presence. And then the sun is powerful too, but it really wants to shine and be like out there powerful, like, hey, look at me, what's up? You know, I'm here. Everybody has to respect me. That's the sun. So sun and Pluto conjunction, there could be like a little bit of a power struggle because one person will feel like the other person's soul is trying to take over and all this stuff. And then they'll be like, oh my God, you know. But if you love to be taken away like that, like for somebody to really try to take your soul, like a sun and Pluto conjunction may work out okay for you. It may work out. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let me see. Oh, okay. So she's confirming. Very intense. We always get pulled back to each other. Been doing this for 2 years. Definitely control issues. I feel for you, girl. I feel for you. So Satara says, my hubby's Venus is conjunct South Node in Aries, and I have Venus conjunct Mars in Aries. So Satara, are you saying that your Venus and Mars are in a conjunction with his South Node? Because if you are, that means that you guys could have had maybe like a passionate love affair, maybe in a past life, because Venus and Mars conjunct is passion. Like that's masculine and feminine energy working together. And in Aries, wow, okay, that's a little firecracker there, girl. So anyway, conjunct his South Node. If it is in a very close conjunction, then you guys could have been like something in a past life. And it is very passionate and it is very hard to break. See, whenever there's like North Node and South Node connections between two people and their synastry, it is like very hard to break that bond. It's hard because you just feel like, oh no, but they're part of my destiny. Like, how can I let them go? You know? But sometimes they are part of your life's journey and your life's lessons, but it doesn't mean that they have to stay and they have to stick though. That's the thing, is like people will ask me all the time, what about soulmates? What about, do you believe in finding the one? And I'm like, I'm sorry, but I don't. In my own beliefs, in my practice, in my studies, I don't see the one. I see connections that you can have with your soul to several other souls, and each connection can have a different purpose. That's not saying that I'm promoting to be a little thought, okay, or to be hooching around or nothing like that. What I'm saying is you can have that with different people. It doesn't have to even be romantic. Doesn't even have to be anybody that you are attracted to or interested in. You just have these connections with them that are a soul connection, and they serve a purpose. And, you know, in astrology, we see what purpose they serve, you know? And so the one, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I quite believe in that, you know? And people will ask me that all the time. What does my soulmate look like? I'm like, girl, I don't know. Like, I mean, you can have a few of them in your life. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do they look like? Tell me. But I can tell you by looking at your chart, though, ideal partners, their characteristics, and what you will and will not tolerate very well based on your own chart. And so what you should look for that can kind of like go along with it and work well with you. So I can tell you that much, okay? I can't tell you what they look like. But actually, you can see in astrology people who are attracted to certain body types and looks and styles. You can see that. I can definitely see that. And I will explain that to you guys too. Let's see. Oh, Gary said, I have Libra North Node and I don't really get the whole soulmate thing. Libra North Node, that means you are definitely here on a mission to connect with other people through one-on-one relationships, Gary. You are here for relationships because in your past life, you probably weren't about them. You're probably more like, this is me. This is who I am. It's about me. It's all about me, 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 me. You know what I'm saying? So now you're here to be in relationships and to learn from them. So you may have to be in multiple ones until you really learn and you fulfill whatever your soul's destiny is by learning from those people. So I hear you on that. I hear you on that. So Satara says, yeah, when we met, it was intense and a very fast connection. Ooh, I can imagine. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about is I did kind of elaborate a little bit on my last live broadcast about how you can see in astrology, like your relationships with people, your attraction to people, and all that stuff. I mostly answered questions, but let me just tell you guys about how you can see in your own astrology charts. Maybe I'll do a separate recorded video on this too, to elaborate more on it, but how you can see in your own astrology who you are the most attracted to and why, okay? So I'm just gonna do some basic stuff, like talk about the houses. The 5th house is number 1. The 5th house, 5th, is I talked about it last time. It rules the heart. It rules whatever gets you giddy, you know, whatever gets you like, you know what, actually, before I get too into that, let me share this on my Facebook because I haven't done that yet. So yeah. While I'm doing that, yeah, feel free to drop some more questions in there and I will try to get to all of them as soon as I can. So yeah. So I'm going to talk about the 5th house and love, okay? Because it's like the casual dating house. Like whatever sign is in your 5th house, what I find is that like it's the environment in which you like to be in when you're in love or when you go out on dates, or the type of dates that you like to go out on. For example, I use myself as an example all the time because I know me, okay? But so I have the 5th house in Pisces. So what I really, really love when I go out on dates is I love to go out on dates, yes, that are Pisces themed, like go to places where there's art, there's dancing, there's good music, you know, the DJ. Every time I would go out, I never cared about, oh, you know, like I would go out with people and they'd be like, well, let's go to this place because there's blah, blah, blah drink specials and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, look, all I care about is who's the DJ. I want to know if the music's going to be good. Okay. So that's if the music's good, that's what gets my heart, my 5th house, like really going. Like, yeah, you know, it gets me in a good mood, makes me feel all romantic and all that stuff. Right. So whatever is in your 5th house, it shows like what makes you feel like that, like when you go out on dates, the ideal dates that you should have, you know. And also when I go out on dates, I really like, because it's in Pisces, I like to just like not even care about time when I'm with somebody. I like to just go out and pretend like it's just us in our own little world, you know what I mean? And I really like for my the person that I'm on a date with to not even look at the time or look, you know, like we can just talk and get lost and then we'll look, oh shoot, oh my goodness, look, the sun's coming up. I didn't realize that. I love that. The best memories that I have of relationships and dating and stuff, it are those times like that, to where I was with somebody until the crack of dawn, okay? And most of the time we were up talking and talking and talking and just spending time with each other, not even caring about the time. So dating, you can see dates, you know, and your ideal date through the 5th house a lot of times. So Gary says 5th house in Virgo, well-planned dates. Yes. So Gary, let us know, with you having the 5th house in Virgo, do you like it to have an itinerary? Do you have to have an itinerary, Gary? Like, do you like for the guy to say, okay, look, Gary, I'm picking you up at 10, right? Then at 10:15, we arrive at the club. And then at 10:30, I buy you a drink. And then at 11 o'clock, we bounce. We go to a new club because I know you're a Gemini and you like to do different things and bounce around. And then we like to do this. And then at this time, we're going to do this. I know I'm exaggerating a little bit for comedy purposes, Gary, but you know what I'm saying. Do you like for there to be kind of like a plan, like, okay, so this is what we're going to do, this, and this, okay? But then because you're a Gemini, do you like a little spontaneity, like to where it's like, okay, you know what, change of plans. Like there's a plan, but the plan could change. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me surprise you. Like, I know we said we're going to go to this club, but guess what? I'd rather us like, come on, let's change it up a little, Gary. Let's go over here. Let's do this, you know? And then you're like, oh, okay, all right. Oh, Gary says, yes, I do. Yes. Interesting. Dia says, my Cancer moon is in my 5th house. So Dia, let us know with Cancer in the 5th house. And then you have the moon there too. That really enhances that quality of Cancer being associated with dating for you. So let us know what you like. I would interpret that, but of course, let me know because you have it, you experience it. But I would interpret that as, of course, the food has to be good. There has to be good food involved, okay? So either they cook or you cook for them, or they know of the bomb food spots. Like they can take you somewhere and maybe, I don't know how you are about cost efficiency or anything, but as long as the food is good, and they have to pay attention to you. They have to be attentive towards you, okay? And they have to pay attention to, say, for example, you guys are eating and you really need a napkin and you're looking around. Your date has to notice that. Like, oh, here, I have a napkin for you. Let me help you with that. Oh, you need help cutting your steak? Okay, like, they don't even have to ask you. They just do for you. Like, take care of you in a way, you know? So just let us know, Dia. If that's true for you with Cancer on the 5th house cusp. Okay, I'm still like editing my post now that we're already like almost over the broadcast, okay? Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna share this on Facebook real quick. Alrighty then. Okay, so anyone else, if you guys know your 5th house, if you know the sign that's on your 5th house, let us know, and let us know what kind of dates you like. And the planet that's in your 5th house matters too. Because like Dia, I also have the moon in the 5th house. So not only is it like the Pisces stuff, but also like the kind of Cancer stuff too. When I go on a date, I like for them to pay attention to me, like not like looking over here, looking over there, talking to this person. I mean, that's cool. I can be social too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I love if my date is social and not like sitting there all like this, like against the wall, mean mugging, like, what's that fool looking at? Who's that? Is that dude looking at you? Hey, don't be looking at my girl. Like, come on. No, I like a man who's social, who has a good time. But once we get together, it's like every once in a while, it's like you can socialize, I can socialize. And when we come together, you got to pay attention to me. Okay. Like 1-to-1. Or if we go out on a 1-to-1 date, it's like you got to make sure that the conversation's bomb, because I have a lot of like Gemini associated with dating, but also very, very attentive, very attentive. I expect attentiveness. Alrighty then. Okay. So let's see. Gary says he has Mercury in the 5th house. They have to know how to have a conversation. Thank you very much. Thank you for elaborating on that. Like, for real, like for clarifying that for us. Whatever planet is in your 5th house, that's also what's important to you when you go out on a romantic date. So, excuse me. Dia has, once again, Cancer and the moon in the 5th. She says that she likes flowers, for a man to open the door for her, hold her hand, deep conversations, and watch the sunrise, because we talked all night. Oh my God. Oh my gosh. That sounds so beautiful to me. And I know some people, maybe if you have Aquarius on the 5th house, oh, that stuff sounds like hella lame. You're like, ew. But still, you know, that's it. It all matters. Your 5th house. It matters when it comes to dating. Okay. Gary says, sun in the 5th. Pay attention to me. Keep me entertained. Yes, definitely do that. So yeah, the 5th house is a big indicator. And if you're watching this and you don't know your houses because you don't know your birth time, you don't know what the hell we're talking about, look at the sign that's 5th from your sun sign. Like if your sun sign is, let's say your sun sign is Leo. You're a Leo sun. Hey, Team Leo, we're the best. I know. Okay. So say you're one of those, right? Then you go Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius. So Sagittarius would be the 5th house for Leo. It would be the sign of dating for Leo. So then you probably like to go out to places that are, you like to go on dates that are adventurous, Leo. You like to maybe go to sports games, you know, go out and do something that involves action and fun. And maybe you like to, for your date to travel or take you into like a helicopter, like as a surprise, like, you know, that's Sagittarian type of stuff. Sagittarian, when it comes to dating, it can be very random too. You know, it's like, okay, where you take, like, they don't know where you guys are going. You don't know until you get there what you guys are doing. So Leo, that may make you very excited, you know, and really make your heart be like, oh, okay, you know, get little butterflies and all that stuff. So look to the 5th house or the 5th sign from you to figure that out. All right. Oh my gosh, did my contact really just turn a cartwheel in my eyeball? I'm so sorry. Okay. Leo sun or ascendant. Well, either or for Miss Leo Scorp Aqua. You can look to both, actually. You can look to both. Like I said, if you're speaking to the people who don't know the houses in their chart and they don't know how to figure out like house cusps and stuff, they can look at their sun sign and they can look at the 5th from the sun. Yeah, like I'm a Taurus sun, and that means Virgo would be the 5th. And that does apply. I find that it does apply. I do like when dates are kind of planned out. I hate it if I go on a date and I say, okay, where are we going? And they say, I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Because you know what? I'm like, okay, how the hell am I supposed to know what to wear? How do I know what to do with my wig? You know what I'm saying? How do I know what outfit to wear? What shoes to wear is important too. Am I going somewhere to where I can sit and look cute in high heels? Because I don't know how to walk in high heels. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those chicks. Like, but I'll wear them for looks, you know, to sit and look cute somewhere and not move. So are we going on one of those dates, or should I be wearing my Chucks? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I could wear my Chucks, I'll be comfortable and we can go out and dance. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know. Have it planned. Don't be like, I don't know. And then I show up in a dress and some high heels. And then you're like, yeah, so we're going to go to this place and go indoor rock climbing and stuff. And I'm like, I'm serious? That's Virgo in the 5th. All right. So yeah. Okay. I see what you guys are saying. Oh, okay. Libra North Node in the 5th house, relationships and romance things. But see, you're here to learn all about that, Gary. You're here to learn about it though. Okay, so I've been chattering away and I've been trying to share this on Facebook so that I can get more of you guys to come through. So just hang on a second. Okay. Live now. Join me to talk about love. Okay. All right. There we go. Bing. Okay. So I shared it on Facebook. So anyhow, so that's the 5th house. Now, also the 7th house, we look at the 7th house for committed bonds and relationships. That's your opposite sign. So for example, like if you are a Libra rising, then Aries is your opposite sign. It's your 7th house. If you are a Capricorn rising, then Cancer is your 7th house. It's your opposite sign. And if you do not know what the houses are, once again, you just look to your opposite from your sun sign, because that can also apply to a degree. So whatever sign is on the 7th house cusp. Now, here is a common misconception with that. People will say that is the sign that you have to marry. Okay, that is the sign of your husband, your wife, your committed girlfriend or boyfriend. Not always. It doesn't always work that way. What it is the qualities of that sign are what really keeps you bonded in a relationship. And it can mean that you act out that sign when you're in a relationship too. So for example, a Capricorn rising, Capricorns, you know Capricorns. You guys are all stern and like stone-faced, and you're all about business and all that stuff and being serious and your reputation and everything. But guess what? When it comes to relationships, you guys can be kind of sensitive, kind of needy. You want somebody to take care of you. You want somebody to cook for you, to massage your feet. And, you know, you want somebody to do things for you, cater to you and all that stuff. That's Cancer in the 7th house. You want to be the person that you take care of business out there in the world. And when you come home, you want that seventh house. You want that person that's there to have your back, to bring a balance to things, to make sure that the house is taken care of, you know, what have you, domestic stuff, right? You want somebody that's sensitive and tender and stuff, because when you come home, Cappy, you want somebody to be that way with you, because you don't really always know how, you know? So there's that balance there, the seventh house. So that's just an example. So if you have, so for, like I just used the example of a Capricorn rising, Cancer on the seventh house cusp. Now, you don't have to marry a Cancer, but you may like somebody that has qualities similar to the sign of Cancer. Like I mentioned, maybe they're more domesticated, and, you know, they're very nurturing and they're attentive, and they'll cook for you and all those little, you know, wifely or husbandly duties or whatever. So let me see what you guys are saying. Oh, hey, what's up, Rachel? Rachel shared it on Twitter. Thank you. Thank you. I should do that too. Miss Leo Scorp Aqua says, Taurus in the seventh house with Jupiter and Venus, but they fall in Gemini. So Taurus on the seventh house cusp, yes, that means you're a Scorpio rising, right? So you don't necessarily have to be with a Taurus. Okay, you can just like the qualities of Taurus, the stability of Taurus. Like a man, if you date men, the person should maybe be really good with money. You know, I also have Taurus on the seventh house cusp, and guess what? I have never dated a Taurus, ever. I came this close to dating a Taurus, but our birthdays were so close, like year and everything. We were mere days apart that we more ended up being like family and good long time friends than dating. So it was kind of weird. So I've never dated a Taurus. But I do appreciate the qualities, the earthy qualities of Taurus. When I do date somebody, like, they have to be good with money. And don't even twist my words, boo-boo. Don't even twist my words and say anything, oh, you're a gold digger. No, stability is totally different from digging for gold. Okay? They're two different things. Stability means, I would always say this when I was dating, I can give two shits what kind of car you drive, as long as you have one. You have one and it operates, okay? It gets you from point A to point B, so that I don't have to always be picking you up all the time, okay? I don't give a shit. I don't care what kind of job you have. Do you have a job? And not only do you have a job, but do you have a goal, a plan to like advance, you know, or are you going to stay in the same spot? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are your plans? What are your goals? As long as you have them, we're cool. You know, that is stability, okay? So with it being stability, that's a quality of Taurus. And I really hate if a man is spendthrift with having Taurus on the seventh house cusp. If you're spendthrift, I'm like, no. If you don't know how to save, if you don't have a savings account, if you don't know how to, not for me. I don't like that as a person who has that on the seventh house cusp. So it doesn't mean you have to date that sign. You got to look at the qualities of it. And then once again, you have to look at the planets that are in the seventh house. So who was that? Miss Leo Scorp Aqua. I think that was you that said that you have Jupiter in your seventh house. So if you have like a planet in your seventh house, like she has Jupiter there. Jupiter is the planet that rules foreign. It rules, people from other countries, other backgrounds. They're just different than you. Maybe they're well educated. Maybe they traveled a lot. They're people who are like philosophy, like they like to philosophize everything, stuff like that. You may be attracted to a partner like that. And that is definitely a classic placement for people who are attracted to foreign or different from they are. And yes, you can see that in a chart. If somebody has an affinity for or a preference, or like they just automatically have a default setting to date different than they are, you see that in astrology. And I really am hoping for the future for everyone getting to know their natal charts so that people can understand that and stop sending so much hate toward people who date people who are different than them, whether they date a different race, they date a different, like the same sex as them. whatever. You can see that in your freaking astrology charts. I cannot stress that enough. You can see that, and it's not a bad thing. It's your default setting. It's like, it's what you're attracted to, okay? It doesn't mean, oh my God, you hate yourself because you date people who are foreign. No, it's like, I'm perfectly cool with myself, and I really am here to experience different. I'm just set up like that. So get out my business. Mind your business. That's all. Mind your business. I got this tick right. anyhow. So yeah, a planet in the 7th house can show that. Also, Uranus in the 7th house can show stuff like that too. You like people who are different than you, or maybe your dating habits are like outside the norm, and that is a common placement for people who tend to date their same sex as well. So yeah. Anyway, let me take a sip and see what you guys are saying. Alrighty then. Okay. So let's see. So, oh, hey, what's up, Simone? Oh my gosh, you guys, Simone, do you have, is your YouTube channel active to where you do videos and people should subscribe? Let me know so I can send people there, because you guys, Simone is dope. Like, she did a little card reading for me earlier this week, and it was like so on point and what I really needed to hear. She is awesome. So Simone, post where people can find you in the chat. And she's also a client of mine. So anyhow, what's up, Simone? So she says, I'm looking at the synastry between me and a man, and I have recently started dating. I think it looks promising. Yes, she said he's a Gemini rising, a Sag sun, Aquarius moon. You're an Aquarius rising in your progression. Oh, okay. So she's getting all progressed with it over here. All right. She knows her stuff. Okay. She also has Juno in Gemini. Okay. So oh, your North Node is going, the eclipse is going to be on your North Node, girl. In the 2nd house. Okay. So that's going to be more about other things other than love. Let's see. You were relieved to see his moon in Aquarius. You okay. You're an Aquarius rising in your progress chart, and he's an Aquarius moon. So the only time I would really count progress charts and like their ascendant or the planets and all that stuff is when it comes to synastry, Simone, is if the degrees are, and pardon me for you guys who are not as nerdy as we are, but I'll get to some more easy stuff for you if you're not. But if your progressed ascendant is in Aquarius, look at, wait, his moon, right? Is it Aquarius? His moon is in Aquarius. So if his moon is in a conjunction with your ascendant, like by, I would say, a few degrees, then that's when it would really count as far as a progress chart. But other than that, it's like you guys can be, you're at a place in your life that's very Aquarian with your progressed Aquarius ascendant, and you can kind of like, you know, vibe with him a little bit easier because of that. But as far as it being like a really strong connecting force, I would look at conjunctions to your progressions that are, I would give it like a few degrees, maybe up to 3 degrees or something like that. To really count it as being strong. But yeah, that's very interesting though. So you would like some stable info. Yes, I hear you. Okay. All right. So, oh, Simone is getting it set up. Okay. Well, when you do, you can drop it. You can let me know and I'll share it. Okay. So anyhow, so the 7th house, we talked about 7th house a little bit. So let's talk about the 8th house a little bit. What does that mean when it comes to love and relationships? Now, people who ask about soulmate stuff all the time, I look at the 8th house. I really look at the 8th house because of the fact that, once again, this is a Scorpio energy. It's scorpionic. It's all about, like, it is about the soul. It is about a soul bond. So we look at the 8th house or the 8th sign from you if you don't know your houses or your birth time. Look at the 8th house to see those relationships with somebody to where it's like you really feel like you merge with them. It's hard to separate yourself. Once I was reading somebody's post on Facebook and they said they're a Taurus rising, and they were like, I don't know why, like the most profound, really deep relationships that are also tumultuous that I've had were with Sagittarius men. And I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, that's because you're a Taurus rising. They land in your 8th house. The 8th house, it means when someone lands in your 8th house, you guys act like Scorpios together. Okay, you guys act like Scorpios. So you guys are going to be possessive towards one another. You're going to be wanting to possess each other's soul. You are going to be jealous. You're going to be protective. The relationship can have extreme ups and downs, extremes, okay? Whereas, you know, the 7th house is more like, oh, hi, and I like you, and you're cute, and all that stuff, and like we can get along and we can compromise. But the 8th house is like, no, I own you, okay? We own each other. And if anybody else tries to come up on my property, well, you know what? It's not going to be very pretty. That's the 8th house. So, yeah. So if you have whatever sign you have on the 8th house, it shows the people that you can have those type of relationships with. I also call it the house of love and hate. It's the house of love and hate. Like you can absolutely love and be like completely obsessed with whatever sign is on your 8th house. So using Taurus rising again as an example, they have Sagittarius on the 8th house cusp. Taurus absolutely loves and can be magnetically attracted to the adventurousness and spontaneousness of Sagittarius. Look, I'm a Taurus sun. I can totally attest to that. Okay. I love Sagittarius men. They're so much fun. I love the way that they get us Tauruses out of our stagnant ways where we're like doing the same things all the time. And Sag is like, yo, we're going to go here. We're going to go there. Like we're going to go to the casino. Sag and their freaking casinos, right? We're going to go to the casino. We're just going to throw money in the air. And you know, usually Tauruses, we're not about that throwing money in the air and throwing money down the toilet and flushing it and cheering. You know what I'm saying? And Sag is about that because they're like, whatever, you know? So that type of attitude, Tauruses could be like, oh my goodness, like I'm just so drawn to that because it's so unlike me. But you can absolutely despise some of the qualities of the sign on your 8th house at the same time. Using that Taurus once again, Taurus despises the whole thing about money, and Sagittarius is being like not the best with money. As far as like saving it and being like conserving it and stuff like that. Sag isn't about that usually. Just the sign of Sagittarius. If you're, I'm a Sagittarius and I know how to save money and I have a 401k, good for you. You probably have planets in Capricorn. Shush. I'm talking about just the energy of Sagittarius. Not really the best with conserving money, saving money. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Taurus is all about that. Tauruses are like can be penny pinchers, you know what I'm saying? And count every penny in their bank account, look at their bank account balance every single day. But Sag doesn't do that. So we can really despise that. You know what I'm saying? And the spontaneity can be fun and exciting and passionate. But when it comes to real life things, Taurus is like, you're irresponsible and you're a joker, man. Like I don't know about you. I don't know about you. But then the intimacy could be so bomb that it's like so hard to let them go and so hard to separate. OMG. So you see that love hate, whatever sign is on your 8th house, you have that love hate with that sign. And that's why the breakups can be really difficult. You know, they could be difficult. And those are the relationships where you may need a shaman or you need to call upon the ancestors and like your spirit guides, the angels. Yeah, you need to call on everybody to help you to rid yourself of the energy of that person. Oh my gosh. So yeah, let me know what sign is on your 8th house and if you've ever had a relationship with anybody of that sign, and are you still with them, or if it ended, how did it end? Let me know. Let your homegirl know. Okay, and if you have a planet in the 8th house, it adds to it. So if you have moon in the 8th house, you're really drawn to moon type of people. Once again, nurturing, caring, they are family oriented. But then you can despise like the way that moon ruled people, aka Cancers. You can despise how they could be emotionally manipulative. And another thing about the 8th house, I'm telling you guys, I'm going to start making series very soon about the houses and everything. But that is a house of energy vampires. If somebody lands in your 8th house, if their sign is a sign of your 8th house, you guys can have this emotional manipulation energy vampire thing going on that's very difficult. So you need to really watch that 8th house. You know, it's very, very touchy. It's like walking on eggshells sometimes. It can get pretty crazy. So yeah, so that's the houses that we look at when it comes to romance. So when I do your romance readings, your relationship readings, I look at all of that stuff, but I look at it in like so much detail though. I even will look at like aspects of other planets to the cusp of that house and the rulerships and all that stuff. If you don't know that language, then you don't know it. But I look at, there's many layers to it that I look at, but that's just like the surface though. And then, that's what we look at for relationships and everything. Satara says, hubby is a Pisces, Sun, and Mercury. You have Moon and Pisces in the 8th. Satara, spill it, girl. Of course, not all your business, but just generally, how does that work out? How do you guys interact with each other with his planets landing in your 8th house? Let us know. Let us know how that plays out. So I was going to talk about Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day. What's going on that day? For those who actually care about that holiday, if you want to call it that, and how it's going to go and all that stuff. Of course, it's really up to you. It's really up to your date. It's really up to everybody, you know, like all the human circumstances, how that day goes for you. But I can tell you what the energy is like that day, though, based on the planets. So the moon's going to be in Aquarius that day, and it's the day before an eclipse. So there can be some people that may have like a little bit of drama going on that day, especially the signs of, let's see, of Leo, like Leo, because Aquarius is your opposite sign. It's your 7th house of relationships. Leos could see a little bit of drama that day because all of your relationship houses are lit up, Leo. Your 7th house of relationships, your 8th house of love and hate and passion, and also your 5th house of romance is lit up by Mars. So I'm going to go through all the signs and let you guys know what's going on energetically for you Valentine's Day. But just generally, the moon will be in Aquarius, so it's not the most romantic moon. It's not very romantic, but Aquarius is well, wherever the moon is at, that is like the overall mood of us as a collective that we will all feel to a degree, you know. And the moon being in Aquarius, it's more about like hanging out in groups and stuff, like hanging out with friends and being like on a friendly level with somebody. It's not really like, oh, like uberly romantic and all this stuff. And it's not. It's more like detached, but it's really good for having like dope conversation though, a moon in Aquarius, because that is a sign of think outside the box. So you can like come up with really cool, quirky, different new ideas when it comes to yeah, like conversations with your date or going somewhere with your date. You guys may want to be more in a mood to try something new. And maybe go to like a little spot, you know, a little hole in the wall joint that you've never been to, but like maybe the food's really good or the music's really good. But it's like in hipster land, you know what I'm saying? Whatever hipster part of your town there is. Doing some stuff like that may be an ideal date that the energy will be present in the air for. And also Venus is going to be in Pisces, and Venus rules enjoyment and romance and all this stuff. And when it's in Pisces, that's all the poetry, the music, the movies, and you know, the romance where it's like, take me away, you know, to another place type of romance, to where you guys get lost in love and all that stuff. So there's an element of that in the air, but then also Mars, the other planet of love, the planet of passion, and you know, it's the pointy arrow. You know what I'm saying? It's the pointy arrow. So wherever that arrow of passion is pointing at, it's going to be in Sag nature. So, you know, it's going to be, hey, let's go out on an adventure. Let's get away. I feel like that's going to be the mood on Valentine's Day overall. But Venus and Mars are going to be squaring one another. So Venus is the feminine energy, Mars is the masculine. So yeah, and it's the day before an eclipse. So there could also be a little bit of drama that day. I'm just saying. So some people may experience one side of it to where it's like, hey, you know, let's get out, let's do something different and fun and everything. But then some people can experience it of like, oh, that there's the drama because of the, you know, the really strong eclipse energy building up. And then Venus and Mars are squared to one another. So that's tension between the masculine and the feminine. So it's not like a gloom and doom thing. Like squares are opportunities for growth, opportunities for lessons and learning. And, you know, you just have to work a little bit harder when there's a square to get what you want. So yeah. Okay, cool, guys. So anyway, that's what the energy is like generally on Valentine's Day. Now let me get through the signs, and I'll pull some cards also. And I still don't, I'm like, I don't know. When it comes to, oh, okay, hold on. Let me see. Satara, we're going to follow up with Satara. She said that her husband's planets land in her 8th house. She said they understand each other on many levels. They're very committed to one another. Intense, but very fun and exciting relationship. Most of your personal planets are trine or sextile. Okay. So you guys got a little, yeah, okay. That sounds about right from what you described, and then the placements that you guys have, Satara. So very nice, very nice. Okay, so let me go through the signs for Valentine's Day horoscope. All right, Valentine. Do you guys know anybody that says Valentine's Day like with an M? Valentine. I'm like, where do you get Valentine from? My gosh, people are goofy. Can you imagine somebody handing you a card that says, and they wrote it out, it says, will you be my Valentine? Would you still be their Valentine? I don't know. I think I would, because I think it's like funny and goofy and cute. Although I would try to give them a little spelling lesson. You know what I'm saying? Because I am a 6th houser and we do stuff like that. Oh man. Okay. So now let's talk about the signs. How is Valentine's Day going to go for you? Or what potential does it have? Based on the what's the energy like for you based on your sign? Okay, so for Aries people, we've got, once again, we've got the moon in Aquarius, we got Venus in Pisces, we've got Mars in Sag. So pretty much your 11th, 12th, and 9th houses are lit up for Aries people. So you guys may be in a mood to maybe hang out in groups, like I said, hang out in groups, go to somewhere different. You guys may want to be more probably like on a vacation for Valentine's Day, or like just out of town with your partner would probably be ideal for Aries people. Out of town doing something completely just different. That could be more the vibe for you guys. Let me see, the 12th and the 9th. Venus and Mars are squaring each other. So yeah, you guys probably will want to like get out, get away, do something just different, escape. Or some Aries people, you guys may feel more like single, like you want to be single. You don't really want to, you don't want to be like tied down, because all of those houses that are lit up by the more like love planets are like in houses that are not like super romantic. It's more about like getting out, being adventurous, doing different stuff. You know what I'm saying? So let's pull a card for Aries for Valentine's Day and see what the energy is like for you guys. How's it gonna go? How's Valentine's Day gonna go for Aries people? And yes, I will put up timestamps, or if any, I have some loyal ride or die people that will put up timestamps for me sometimes. And I appreciate you guys, because yeah, it is a lot of work, y'all. It is a lot of work, but I'll do it if necessary, of course, so you guys can learn. So that way you'll learn, like George Lopez. I love George Lopez. So that way you'll learn. Okay, Aries. So how's Valentine's Day going to go for Aries? Let's see what the quads have to say. So Aries for Valentine's Day. How's love going to go for Aries? Okay, Aries people. Oh, something flew out of the deck. Ace of Air. Okay. Brilliant new ideas and inspiration, seeing the truth of a situation, a challenging beginning. And see this card, like the background of it, I don't know if you can see because of my ring light, but there's so much color in it that's like it's a fiery, this is an Aries type of an energy in a way, because aces are number one, and Aries, you guys are an ace, you're number one on the zodiac. So this is like, I want to get out and maybe be single and be by myself. So some Aries people may have maybe some breakups, or maybe like just a decision to like go off on your own and hang out with your friends and go on little adventures with other single people rather than being attached. Or you may just want to take charge of the date. If you are partnered with somebody, Aries, and you really do want to go out with somebody, you may just be like, you know what, let's go out and do something new. Just like I said, I think this is kind of just reiterating that. Brilliant new ideas. Yeah, so getting out and doing something completely different than you usually do for Aries people. A challenging beginning. Yeah, a challenging beginning. I would say maybe not to begin a relationship on that day, because the energy that's stamped with that day will involve a Venus and Mars square. So your relationship would start out with that aspect is very challenging in your in the relationship's birth chart. Okay, so that's for Aries people. So next up is Taurus. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Valentine's Day. How's it gonna go for you? So Tauruses, you've got your 10th, 11th, and 8th houses lit up. Tauruses, you guys may feel like indulging like in the good life. You guys may be celebrating maybe some kind of achievement or something, and then you want to celebrate it by, you know, being a little bit intimate with somebody, being with a partner, and getting out and but more focused like on you guys, and like, I don't know, it's just it is like there is an element of passion, but I feel like it is like, oh yay, we're celebrating something, not just Valentine's Day, you know, like I've achieved something, and it's making me really excited right now. So like, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, so Tauruses, it's there's a little bit of passion there, but then there's also like, okay, well, I got to take some time off of work to do some hanging out with you, you know, so you better make it worth my time. You better actually pay attention to me, and like only me, you know, I want an intimate time with you, like not just like looking around everywhere, you know, I want really your full on attention. So that's how it could be for Taurus based on the major energy that's going on. Tauruses will really have to work to pull themselves away from their their working and stuff, their jobs. So let's pull a card for Taurus for Valentine's Day. So Taurus, how is Valentine's Day gonna go for Taurus people? What's the energy like? What are they going to focus on for Tauruses? So Tauruses for Valentine's Day. And thank you guys for sticking with me. I know it's kind of late. Okay, so this one was like jumping out, trying to fly. Queen of Fire. Woo. Okay. Confident, warm, intelligent, graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. Yes. So when I think of Queen energy, I do think of 10th house, because that is where a lot of planets are hanging out right now for Taurus, with them being in Aquarius. So I feel like that kind of goes along with celebrating some sort of achievement, and really feeling passionate, like because of it. Like, you know what? I just got this promotion. I just got this raise. So you want to go celebrate with me, baby? What's up? You know? Oh my gosh, I love this card. There's so many colors in it. It's just really dope. But yeah, all the colors in it do represent creativity. So Tauruses, yeah, get creative with where you want to go. And you guys probably will feel like maybe splurging a little bit and spending a little more money because you may have achieved something. Interesting. Yeah, so that's cool for Taurus people. And Taurus, you may actually want to take charge of the date too and be like, okay, I'm going to take you out and, you know, let's just go to this place and I'm going to show you like a really good time. You may want to take charge of the day too, Taurus. So interesting. So Richard, will I have my dream Valentine? I do not know. Depends. So tell us what your Richard, if you know any of your astrology, your sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign, and just listen to your horoscope for them. So next up is Gemini, sun, moon, or rising. So how is Valentine's Day gonna go for you guys? What's the energy like? What's going on that day? So for Geminis, you have your 9th, 10th, and 7th houses lit up by planets of love. So, okay, so Mars is going to be in your 7th house. That is passionate, but also it can cause lovers' quarrels, okay? It can cause a little bit of arguments. You got Venus hanging out in your 10th house, so that means you really do want to experience good stuff. Like, you will not really be digging stuff like going to anything that's less than stellar, okay, as far as going out to enjoy yourself with another person. With that Venus in the 10th, Venus in the 10th is all about, when I think of Venus in the 10th, I think of like name brand stuff, and I think of like fancy schmancy, you know, because it's like, oh, I've achieved and I've worked so hard and therefore I deserve this good stuff, you know? So also we've got an eclipse that's popping off in your 9th house. So, hey, the moon is going to be in your 9th. That's adventurous. It's adventurous, but yeah, you still have like a little bit of a challenge there, Gemini, because of Mars in the 7th. Now that could be a good time as far as intimately with somebody. Okay. It could mean that. It could mean there's a lot of passion there, you know, but it could mean that you guys could have like tension going on. So, and then, yeah, so just watch for that, Gemini. But all in all, interesting. If you want to get out and be adventurous and all that good stuff, Gemini, it's all good. And you know what? You guys are assigned, you know, with the, I'll do a live broadcast on the eclipses specifically in a couple of days. But with the moon and the eclipse building in your 9th house, you're ready to embark on like a whole new life journey and adventure, Gemini. So you guys may be feeling adventurous that night. You know, don't get too crazy. Don't get too crazy. Don't spend too much money trying to live it up and stuff. But yeah, you guys will definitely have an enjoyable time and have a lot of passion in the air for you guys. So let's pull a quad for Gemini for Valentine's Day. Okay, so Valentine's Day for Gemini. How's it going to go? What's the energy like? What are they focused on? So Valentine's Day for Gemini. So Richard says Pisces Sunday. Oh, okay. So we haven't gotten to your signs yet except for your moon. So just listen to those then, Richard. So Gemini, Valentine's Day. How is Valentine's Day going for Gemini? Okay, Gemini for Valentine's Day. Stop. Okay. Ooh, 9 of Fire. Says, don't give up, protect what you have created, have courage, and believe in your. Okay, when I see the 9 of Fire card, and I see, and it has to do with relationships, a lot of times this is somebody who's jealous. This has come up several times with like a jealous person, because if you look at this woman's face, she has that do not mess with my man or do not mess with my stuff face. Okay. So Gemini, you guys could be dealing with some jealousy that day, either from yourself or another person, especially because Mars is in your 7th house. You guys could be dealing with some jealousy right now when it comes to love. I do know a Gemini rising that is going through that and experiencing that. They're trying to like date and stuff, and then they have an ex that's like acting like this 9 of Fire, like a woman on here, like, ooh, she is fierce. Like that look on her face is fierce. Like, I had this card come up one time when someone was wanting to know, like, if a person, like they were interested in a dude, right? And they were like, oh, you know, the dude and I, like, we've kind of flirted a little bit and stuff. Can you do some cards for us to see, like, could this lead to something? So I pulled cards for them, and this card came up, and it turns out the dude had a girlfriend, and the girlfriend had Venus in Scorpio, and she is hella jealous and crazy. And sure enough, that girlfriend stepped in. She cut that flirting off, y'all. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. It was crazy. So that girl was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. Okay. So I'm like, yo, this queen, this 9 to 5, watch out for this chick. Anyway, so Geminis, just be mindful of, try to control like your jealousy, and you know, you may have a jealous partner or something that comes up. So good luck for you guys. All right, so next up is Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Valentine's Day, how's it gonna go for you guys? What's the energy like for Cancers? So your 8th, 9th, and 6th houses are lit up. We got Mars in the 6th. So Cancers, I would say to definitely watch what you eat, because Mars in the 6th can sometimes lead to somebody having an irritation that's based on something that they've eaten, okay, like flu or food poisoning. I've seen that with Mars in the 6th sometimes. So really, and Cancers rule the stomach area. So be careful of what you eat when you go out on a date. Don't try to like eat stuff that you know is gonna like mess with you, and then, you know what I'm saying, end up with some embarrassing situations on your date. Also, let's see, your 8th house is lit up by the moon will be in your 8th house, and the moon is your ruler. The moon is the mood. So your mood will be very 8th house, which can be, it can be like protective and a little jealous, but it can be passionate too. And then let's see, what's in your 9th house? Venus in the 9th. So that's a little bit of adventurousness. So you may feel adventurous to where you want to try some new food from a different place, a foreign place. But you need to watch what you eat though, Cancer, for real. I already know somebody who is dealing with the Cancer, and that actually did happen to them. That actually did happen to them. Like they went on a date. This person decided to eat like some spicy food, even though they have an issue. And then they ended up suffering on their date, and it was not cute. So Cancers, really just keep that in mind, but still enjoy yourself though. You've got Venus in your 9th house. So Cancers, you will feel like passionate and all that, but still a little tinge of adventurousness and, hey, let's get out, let's run off together type of a thing, you know? So the card that came up for Cancer is the 10 of Air. The end of a difficult situation, embrace the change and expect things to get better now. Recovering from an addiction. Some of y'all have addictions, Cancer. See, it doesn't always mean the literal message on the card though. But this is 2 people walking away from a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of other people. So this could be some of you Cancers like just wanting to be on an intimate date with your partner, not with a whole bunch of people around you, just maybe being alone, you know, like in your own little space, in your own little bubble, in your own little shell. You guys know all about the shell. And with the moon being in your 8th house, that's like a really intimate alone time with another person, getting to know them with nobody else around. So that could be your mood on Valentine's Day for Cancers. All right, so next up is Leo. Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. How is Valentine's Day going for you guys? So Richard, this is for you because you're Leo rising, so you better be listening, hunty. All right. So for Leo, what's the mood like? Well, your 7th, 8th, and 5th houses are lit up. So Leos, you guys could be the luckiest sign. You guys may be the luckiest sign on Valentine's Day, Leo. Like the ones that could really have a bomb time, like have some really romantic like breakthroughs and things happening for you. Because let's see what we got her. We have the moon in your 7th house. So your mood is going to be based on 7th house, which is partnership and compromise and like, oh, well, what do you want to do? Oh, well, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? You know what? Let's meet in the middle. Let's compromise, you know? And you will be in the mood to be with somebody, definitely, Leo. And then we've got Venus hanging out in your 8th house. Venus in the 8th. Ooh, that is the 8th house of intimacy and really strong soul bonds with people. So you'll be really craving that intimacy though, Leo. Not just surface level stuff. You'll really want some fun, yes, and to get to know somebody, but you'll really want to take things to another level. Okay, whatever that means for you, Leo. And then we've got Mars in your 5th house. OMG, Mars in the 5th. That's sports, and that is dating as a sport is Mars in the 5th. So Leos, you guys may be thoughting around, okay? You may be thoughting around that day. That's the term you guys use now, right? I used to say hooching around. Being a little hoochie. Yeah. So that's for Leo. Looks like you guys are up for a good time. Whether you're single or attached, you guys are going to be lit that day, okay? So Valentine's Day love card for Leo. Leo. How is Valentine's Day going to go for Leo? What do they need to know? What's going on with them? With Leo people. Let's pull a card for Leo for Valentine's Day. Oh, and Satara is verifying for us. She's a Leo ascendant. Yes. Hopefully you get to have some fun. No hooching around though. Oops. No hooching around though. Okay. So we'll take these 2 cards since they just went flying. Okay. So you have the 6 of fire. Interesting. So this is like a knight in shining armor. And there's like rose petals being thrown. He's being adored, okay? He's totally being adored. This dude is a Leo, okay? And look at the wind blowing through his hair. Come on now. So you will be adored and wanting to feel adored. You will want rose petals thrown at your feet, okay, Leo? But when do you guys not want that? I mean, hello. But yeah, the wand that he's carrying is multicolored, which symbolizes creativity. And then the jewel at the end of it is purple, which is a crown chakra color. So, and it's a color of intuition and like connecting with somebody on a level that is unspoken, but is known. So maybe some of you guys will want to have fun and want to be adored and admired and give that back to somebody, but you still, in the very end, you want that intimacy. You want that bond with somebody. You want to be able to be with somebody, and you don't always have to say what you need or what you feel or what you think. They just know. They just know. And then the other one that came up was the 5 of Earth. This one, 5 of Earth. 5 is a challenge, and Earth is stability and money. So don't blow your money, Leo. And be mindful of your date and if they try to take advantage of you with your money, because you will have Venus in your 8th house. The 8th house can also be like moochers and energy vampires, and Venus can represent money. So just be careful with running into one of those, okay? Or if you're partnered with somebody, you don't have to worry about them like trying to take advantage of you. It could just be you. Like the message could be for you to not overdo things when it comes to money, and to be wise with your money too. Okay. All right. So that's for Leo. Next up is Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. How is Valentine's Day going for you guys? And I will pronounce it correctly for Virgos because you guys are the grammar police. So Valentine's with an N for Virgo. So Virgo, interesting. You guys don't have the moon in your 6th house. So you guys may be a little on the crabby side and maybe better off just staying home with a partner for Valentine's Day. And I know Virgos are going to say boo and give a dislike, but yo, I'm here to be honest. I'm not here to be like about everything. Okay. I'm telling the truth I'm a weather reporter. All right. Okay. So anyway, Virgos, because the moon will be in your 6th house, and that is the house of issues and complaints and annoyances. So you may be perceiving things, which is the moon, more in that way that day. It'll just, and it's not like you can't always, it's not like you can't at all have a good time. You'll just have to work a little bit harder to get yourself out of like a mood of like, oh, I don't know. And like, you know, things have to be perfect. And if they don't go perfect, then I don't know if I want to do it, or it's going to upset me if it doesn't go my way. You have to really try to snap yourself out of that mood, Virgo. And then we have Venus in your opposite sign in your 7th house. So you will be craving that partnership, that attention, like one-on-one with somebody. You'll want that. And then you have Mars in your 4th house. And the 4th house deals with your emotional self too. And then Mars is kind of like a challenging energy. Is like supercharged, like, you know. So anyway, you could maybe have things going on in your family or in your personal life that are challenging, that do kind of have you like in a bad mood. But if you really tap into that Venus being in your 7th house, you allow somebody to take you out, take you away from your problems, Virgo, then maybe at least for that night you can have a decent time. You can just don't be like, oh my gosh, well, you know, I don't know about this restaurant, and oh, look at the fork is just not even turned in the right direction, and then like, oh my gosh, I think something's floating in my drink, and like, ugh, please spare that. Okay, just try to escape reality for a little bit, which is your Venus in Pisces, and yeah, just allow yourself to do that, to just get away for a little bit, you know. Get away from your issues, Virgo. So let's pull a quad for Virgo. Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. How is Valentine's Day going for you guys? What is the message for Virgo for Valentine's Day? What's the energy going to be like for Virgo? All right, let me focus in. Virgo, 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 Virgo. Virgo. Is that how you say it? Virgo. Okay, for Virgo. All right. So Valentine's Day for Virgo. What's your quad? Page of Earth. Okay. So page energy is fresh and new and exciting. It's young. It's youthful. Page can be like a mercurial, almost youthful, like messenger type of energy too sometimes. Excuse me. This card does say wanting to do something more challenging, good news about financial matters. Okay. So this could be telling you to, hold on, let me tap in and use my Piscean powers and really look at the card and what's on it to see how this can apply to love and stuff. This could be this could be like, yes, for you guys to allow yourself to get out and do something new, do something different. There's a lot of colors in this card, and there's some sparkles. So yes, allow some magic into your world, Virgo. Just like I said, like, don't just make it all about work and all about your worries and all that stuff. It says good news about financial matters on this. So maybe you can not even, maybe you can put your worries aside. And I know Virgo could be a very penny pincher sign too. So maybe put your penny pinching aside for just a little bit to allow yourself to have a good time, because whatever you, and just believe that like whatever you spend, it'll come back to you. Okay. Like in a positive way, like in an optimistic way. You know what I mean? Wanting to do something more challenging. Well, just leave those challenges behind, Virgo, and just let yourself have a good time. This, you know, you have Venus and Pisces in your 7th house. And Venus and Pisces, when I think of Venus and Pisces, I do think of things like sparkles and glitter and a whole bunch of colors and butterflies and stuff. And that's in this card. So I think this is kind of like validating what I said about allowing yourself to get out and tap into a little bit of magic. You know what I'm saying? Like, leave behind the practical for a little bit. Don't worry about it. Like, it'll be there when you get back. It'll be there the next day. Okay? All right. So that's for Virgo. So next up is Libra. Oh my goodness. I'm out of coffee. Whatever will I do? Okay, so Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. How is Valentine's Day going to go for you? What's the air like? What's the energy? What's the weather? What's the tea? So for Libra, your 5th, 6th, and 3rd houses will be lit up. Okay. So for Libra, the moon will be in your 5th house, so you will be in the mood for fun. You will be in the mood for fun and dating. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. So moon in your 5th house, you will really want some attention. You will really be wanting attention that day. And you will be kind of social too, because of Mars is in your 3rd house. The 3rd house does deal with communication and talking to people, being very social, being kind of flirty, and wanting variety is also the 3rd house. So Libras will be wanting that, which is like, hey, what else is new? You know, Libras are like that anyway. But also, Venus is going to be in your 6th house. So Venus in the 6th, yeah, that can, the 6th house is not really like a fun romantic energy. It's more like I said, like kind of concentrating more on like issues and stuff like that, you know, problems that need to be fixed. Venus in the sixth can kind of turn Venus a little bit picky. So Libras can be very indecisive as it is. So you may want to have fun. You may want to socialize. You may want to meet new people and talk and all that stuff for Valentine's Day. Or if you're with somebody, you'll want to get out and actually have a good time with them and maybe be in a social setting. But Venus in the sixth is going to make you picky about maybe the food or who you're with. You may turn into Shallow Hal and like start looking at little details of them and be like, nah, I don't know about them. I don't know about them, you know? So that's going to be the energy that's in the air on Valentine's Day for Libra. Sociable and wanting to have fun, but slightly picky. So let's pull a card for Libra though. Libra. So Libra for Valentine's Day. How's it going to go for Libras? What's the energy like? What do they need to know for Valentine's Day? Oh, Helen is a Libra. Yay. What's up, Helen? Are you a Libra sun? Is that why there's a little sun emoji? All right, so Libra for Valentine's Day. Let's see. What is your quad for Libra? Okay. Oh, Libra. You guys got the King of Water. The King of Water card. Okay, so trustworthy, compassionate, respected culture. Okay. Open your mind and heart, your heart and mind to those around you. Trustworthy, heartfelt advice, charity. Okay, King of Water is a card of somebody who is very compassionate, and they're just kind of like, they're a king, and you know how kings are. They really want attention. They really want to be respected and all that stuff, but they're more like quiet about it, and they respect their loyal subjects. Okay, King of Water does. They just, look, he's just sitting there with his arms folded. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't even have to say anything or do anything, and people are just kind of following his lead. So you may be in that kind of a mood, Libra. But this can also say that, excuse me. Okay. So you guys may be in the mood for being with somebody who can actually give you a little bit of sympathy, a little bit of advice, a little bit of compassion and stuff like that. Even amongst like getting out and like chattering and things like that. You guys may be in the mood for that. And with Venus being in your sixth house is the house of like helping people, being charitable in a way. And so you may actually feel like that, or feel like having somebody be like that towards you, like give you some sort of help. Just avoid the damsel in distress attitude, because not everybody's attracted to that, okay? But you may feel like doing practical things for somebody with Venus in the sixth house. Like maybe like, oh, instead of, oh, I bought you like chocolates and flowers and candy and stuff, it could be like, oh, here, you know, I bought you a very practical gift of something that I thought you needed, you know? And maybe that could actually work out. Or instead of going out on some big fancy date, maybe doing something to where you are tapping into more Venus and Pisces energy of staying home, being with somebody that you care about one-on-one. You guys are the sign of one-to-one. One-to-one, just conversing, giving advice to each other, really having good conversations with one another that are very compassionate in nature. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what the card came up for Libra is. Practical things, doing practical things for someone can also be like doing things to take care of them physically, like foot massages and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like little things to care for someone, their physical body, you know? So those may be a good idea for Libra. So next up is Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising. How is Valentine's Day going for you guys? So you guys have your 4th, 5th, and 2nd houses lit up. Interesting. So that means you have the moon's going to be in your 4th house. So Scorpios, you may be in the mood for either an at-home date or a date with somebody that you are familiar with already, or just kind of more in hermitude a little bit. But we've got Venus in your 5th house. Okay, so you will be in the mood to be with someone you're familiar with. However, Venus in the 5th is, let's get out, let's be romantic, let's go on a little romantic adventure, kind of, sort of. That's what Venus in the 5th is about. And also Venus in the 5th is like creativity. So you guys may want to do something creative with the partner or get out and see creative stuff if you do actually decide to get out, Scorpio. Also, we have Mars in your 2nd house. Mars in the 2nd, it can go either way. The 2nd house is money and resources. So Mars can burn right through things, right? So Mars in the 2nd could be you wanting to burn through your money and spend it. So you really need to be careful with that, Scorpio. Unless you do have the funds and the means to do so, then I would say go for it. Yeah, so you guys may be in the mood for having a romantic evening with somebody in an intimate setting, like at home, but maybe like you guys do spend a little bit of money like on like takeout with like some really, really good food, not like fast food, but like some really good takeout, and have it home in an intimate, comfortable, familiar setting. Or like I said, if you guys do get out, you'll want to get out and see some new things that's creative and artistic, like go to a concert, go to like an art place, art gallery, or wherever there's like some art, some really cool art and stuff, is what Scorpios may want to do. I'm a Scorpio rising. So let me verify what do I want as a Scorpio rising for Valentine's Day. I do want just a nice intimate date, but I'm married, so it's not like I need to go work hard to find somebody to match that up with. But I would say that for Valentine's Day, yeah, I wouldn't mind actually just being with that one person, of course. And I do want to do creative stuff. Like, I do want to have that romantic good time. Like I said earlier, like not even caring about time and all that stuff, and just really engaging in like being in your own world with another person, you know? Yeah, I can say that. I can say that. So, Scorpios, what's the quad that comes up for you guys? So, Scorpio for Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day for Scorpio. What comes up for you guys? 4th, 5th, and 2nd houses. Okay, so Scorpio, what comes up for you guys for Valentine's Day? For Scorpios. Okay. Oh, Scorpio, you got the King of Water. It's the same card. King of Water. So you guys also got the King of Water. This I look at as being like a Pisces male or a Piscean male, or yeah, like a Piscean influence. This, I feel like this is really telling you to like tap into that Venus and Pisces energy of doing creative stuff and being with someone who's like a strong but sensitive type. You know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, like they don't have to yell, they don't have to assert themselves. They're like, you know, they're quiet, but they have a powerful energy, but it's like a quiet power where they just got to give a look. And then, you know, like, oh, okay, you know, you don't want to mess with that person. But anyhow, as far as going on, yeah, you know, and the colorful fish and stuff around it, colorful stuff makes me think of art, makes me think of Pisces and everything. So just more quiet and subtle, but enjoying art, enjoying beautiful sights and scenery around you is what I see for Scorpio. What would be the best for you? And somebody who is sensitive too, because Scorpios, when it's Aquarius season, we feel sensitive. Like that's when we become like almost like Cancers. And any little thing can make us be like, what? Were you talking about me? What do you mean? Like, oh my God, why am I being like this? I'm a Scorpio. I'm not normally like this. But this time of year is when we can kind of get that way. So we do need to be with somebody who's kind of sensitive towards that and is going to understand our needs. You know what I'm saying? And understand that if we want a quiet evening with somebody, not all woo, you know, out there too much, that they'll understand that, you know? So That's what I see for Scorpio. So next up is Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, Valentine's Day. You guys have your third, fourth, and first houses lit up by planets when it comes to love. So the moon will be in your third house. So you will be feeling very chatty, very conversational, very witty, quick-witted, and all that stuff. You guys are going to be on point with your humor, Sagittarius, as you guys usually are anyway, but the moon in your third house at night, yes, yes, yes. Very much so, like on point with the wit and the jokes and the comebacks and all that stuff, and really wanting to be with somebody who can, who can bounce that stuff off of you too, OMG, I've been on here for almost 2 hours, so let's speed this up a little bit. And then you guys will have Venus in your fourth house, Sagittarius. So that means is that you do want, amongst like the chattiness and the flirtiness, you do want somebody to kind of cater to you, and you will be having all the cravings. Okay, Venus in the fourth is those cravings for like the food that is very rich and not always the best for you, and like homemade stuff, good quality food. So you guys are going to be all about that, even if you're very like lighthearted, surface level. If somebody's going to take you around anything to do with food, it's got to be that good quality, or else you're going to be like, nah, where's my Grey Poupon? Like, hello. So, and then you guys are going to have Mars in your first house. Mars in your first house. I've already heard some stories from some Saggies that are like, ooh, man, people are just like really coming on to me right now, because you guys are wearing that Mars passionate energy on you. So you will be passionate, you will be talkative, you will be wanting to connect with somebody through conversation, but also you still will be craving a little bit of like, somebody to be sensitive towards you, and you really want because that Venus in the fourth house, and then you really want to like chat with somebody, you really want passion, you really want to go out and stuff. But I would say at the end of the night, you will want somebody to cuddle with that Venus in the fourth, because it is sensitive. It's all about like intimacy and all that stuff. So let's pull a quad for Sagittarius. Oh, and Sag, don't get into any fights, okay? Because check it out. Like Mars in your first house, that could be people who are aggressive towards you, okay? That could be people just thinking that you want to be, I don't know, they just may pick fights with you. They may be aggressive towards you, Sag. So just watch yourself with that. Hold on. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay, hold on. Let me try this again for Sagittarius. So a quad for Sagittarius. All right, so a quad for Sag. Thank you guys for sticking with me this long. I know I can talk a lot, OMG, and this is like getting really, 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 really late too. But of course, thank goodness. Oh my goodness, all kinds of cards are just flying for you guys. Lord have mercy. Hold on. Okay. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay. So the Dreamer card, this is like the Fool card in the regular tarot. So this is like saying not to be afraid to go after someone if you really want them, Sagittarius, but don't be a fool. Don't be a fool, okay? So go after somebody that you want, but just don't be foolish and leap without looking. Is what this is. This is what this is saying. Unexpected opportunities. That can come up definitely. So, 8 of Water. This is a card of like when somebody is bored or tired of the situation that they're in and they want to get out of it, and they're looking, what else is out there? What else is out there? Sages are usually the sign of what else is out there. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying. You're usually looking around, okay? What else is out there? So you're going to be looking around what else is out there And it's just saying, if you find something, don't be foolish and not even think first before getting into it. You also got the Eight of Fire, things moving at a fast pace, too many things happening at one time. Oh my gosh, just based on some of the stories some of my Sag friends have told me, it's like some of you guys can be already in a relationship and wanting something else. But, and you may find someone else, but just don't be foolish and hop into things without thinking about it first, because what about the person that you have already? What if you can get a spark back in that relationship, you know? So just, yeah, just don't be foolish. And if you are, this could be you trying to get over, this card could be a Sagittarius trying to get over a relationship. Maybe they already broke things off with somebody, but there's still some lingering feelings, and you're still trying to look out there to see what else is there for you. So then this is saying you could step into something brand new, totally different, Sagittarius, but it could move very quickly, but just don't like step into it without considering lots of different things first, okay? Like really investigate that person. Send me their birth chart, Sagittarius. Let me do a reading. Send me their birth chart before you jump into something, okay? All right, so next up is Cappy. Cappy, sun, moon, or rising. Valentine's Day love. Let's talk about it. So Cappies, you have your second, your third, and your 12th houses lit up. What does that mean? The second house is money. So you guys can be all about either spending it or being a little bit more, I don't want to say cheap, but like conservative with your money, with all this second house stuff lit up. Moon in the second could be like wanting to really enjoy and indulge in the goodness of the material world. And Cappies are all about that. So you'll feel a little bit in your element as far as the emotional aspect of the night. And then we've got Venus in your third. Venus in the third is actually sociable. But if it's not like, if you don't want to be social, it's more wanting variety and wanting something new and different. So maybe if you have a partner already, you'll want to enjoy and indulge in and splurge in like the goodness of the material world, which could be like buying each other gifts, maybe something to do with food, really good food and drinks and stuff like that. But you'll still want something new and different. You want variety. And then Mars is in your 12th house. Look, Mars in the 12th is a common transit for creeping. I'm just saying, Capricorn, don't do it. You want variety. You want to enjoy yourself. You want the good life. But have that with the person that you're with if you're partnered up, okay? No, I see you. I see you in Capricorn. Oh, no, not I. I have a reputation to uphold. Oh, I would never. Cappies can creep too, okay? I've seen it. So no creeping, Capricorn. No doing shady under the radar things, hidden things. You know what I'm saying? Or going out on a date with somebody and then saying, oh, okay, I've had a lovely evening, Mom. Okay, I must sign off. I must go home because I have work in the morning. And then you go out with somebody else, okay, being sneaky. All right, so none of that. Oh my gosh. Oh, and my contact is flipping around. That's kind of confirmation that something crazy could happen. I'm just kidding. No, but Capricorn, seriously, enjoy the goodness of life. Enjoy some variety and all that good stuff, but nothing shady though. Don't do anything shady, okay? Yeah, so let's pull a card for Capricorn. Satara says, Cappies can creep. Yes, they can. I have seen them and I've heard some stories, okay? So no one is innocent in the Zodiac. No one's completely innocent to like not ever creep, okay? Everybody has creeping tendencies, okay? And it could be around certain times of year that they come out if you don't normally have them on a regular basis. So nobody is exempt, all right? At least not in my book, not from what I've seen. So Capricorn, let's pull a quad for them for Valentine's Day, for Cappy. Valentine's Day for Capricorn. What is their message for Valentine's Day? Okay, let's see. Valentine's Day for Capricorn. How's it gonna go? What's their message? Moonchild, you finally caught me live. You hope you didn't miss too much. Nah, actually, I've been on for like 2 hours now, so you could just watch the replay if you feel like you missed anything. We were just chatting in the beginning about love and stuff, and some astrology 101 with relationships and romance. Okay, so yeah, for Capricorn, we've got the Strength card, the Strength, the Strength card. Great inner strength, release harsh judgments, forgiveness, and compassion. Oh, okay. Let me see what I'm getting for this from this card. Well, there's something that you guys, some of you Capricorn, this is for Capricorn that I'm on. Capricorns, some of you guys may be having to get out of a situation in a romance or a relationship, and you have to have the strength to do it. Or maybe it like something to do with an old relationship, old ill feelings is holding you back from really having a good time and really experiencing something great with someone. Yeah, so you have to like release that. You have to be all about forgiveness. And the 12th house is forgiveness. It deals with the past, like past karma, and Mars is there. So maybe you could be meeting up and rekindling something with someone from your past for Capricorns. And there's going to be a chance to, an opportunity to forgive. All right. So that's a possibility with this card. And then you also got the 5 of Fire. This one is, it's like conflict, and it could be heated conflict sometimes. OMG, Capricorn. So I would say this is confirming, Capricorns, don't get yourself caught up. Don't get yourself caught up this Valentine's Day. Don't go out and buy a nice, ring for one lady and then buy like the same ring for another lady. That way you can keep track of both of them. You know what I'm saying? That reminds me of a video. What video or song was it back in the day to where the guy, oh, was it Fabulous Can't Let You Go? You know, I used to hate that song and that video, and I refused to listen to it. I refused to watch the video because it was all about him cheating. He had 2 different women, and I think he gave them both the same canary yellow diamond ring or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, really now? That's kind of what comes to mind. Like, somebody's creeping and trying to juggle to a couple of different people and do stuff like that. Don't do it, Capricorn. Just don't do it, because it can end in some sort of conflict and you can get caught up. Mars in the 12th can be creeping like that, like I said. But for some of you guys, maybe it could be inner conflict to where you haven't let go of something and you got to let go of it in order to proceed forward in your love life, and avoid continuing the same patterns to where you run into the same type of situations to where you have conflicts with your partner because you're repeating the same past mistakes, or you're repeating the same past mistakes of choosing the same person, okay, the same type of person over and over again, but just in different flesh suits, to where you end up arguing with them over the, and then you're like, wait, this is deja vu. Like, why am I arguing with this chick about blah, 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 blah? And like, didn't I always argue with my ex and the ex before that? Like, common denominator here. Something has to be let go. Okay. So that's what I see for Capricorn. Or it could be, because this card is about forgiveness and releasing harsh judgment. Maybe you have a partner already and like there's something that you have to let go of. Like, maybe you're holding a grudge in your relationship, and if you don't let go of it, maybe on Valentine's Day things can come out because you'll be acting like that brick wall, and your partner is going to notice and they're going to be like, what's wrong? Like, why can't we enjoy ourselves and have a good time? And it's because you're holding a grudge. So let it go. Let it go. So next up is Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Valentine's Day, how's it going to go for you guys? So you guys are going to have your 1st, 2nd, and 11th houses lit up. Okay, so 1st house. See, Aquarius, this is your season, and there's an eclipse in your sign the day after Valentine's Day, so it's really about you. Like, there's a lot going on that's about you. You're going to be feeling all in your zone and in your element and feeling very powerful and like, hey, it's all about me. And some of you guys, some Aquariuses, it's your season. It's the season of your birthdays. So you may be like really wanting to turn up, okay? But like not really focus on another person though. You want the attention to be on you, the spotlight to be on you for once, okay? And then your second house, Venus is there. So that's enjoyment of the material world, which is the second house. So that's you guys really wanting to spend money, really wanting to indulge in like the goodness of like, you know, consuming good things, food, drinks, whatever, spending money, you know, enjoying that. And then also you guys have your 11th house lit up, which is Aquarius territory. Okay. That is your friends. That's your fellow aliens. So Aquariuses may just want to go out in a group. You may be those friends that get together with other friends who don't have Valentine's dates and go on like a friend date or have a friend group date or something like that. That may be more for you on that day for Aquariuses. Or if somebody does want to take you out, Aquarius, they've got to make it really worth your while and worth your time to where they kind of spoil you in a way, okay? Because it is Aquarius season. That's how you're going to probably be feeling. So let's pull a quad for Aquarius. Aquarius, sun, moon, or rising for Valentine's Day. Valentine. Still laugh at that. Aquarius, Valentine's Day. Man, I know several Aquariuses that are like really, really like on their dating tip right now because Venus has been in their first house. I see you guys. But that's dope though. I'm happy for them because a couple of them, they really needed to like start getting out and dating again. They really needed it. So I'm glad that they're getting out, having a little bit of fun. You know what I'm saying? All right. So for Aquarius, what's your quad? Oh my God, why has this card been popping up for everybody? So you got the King of open your heart and mind to those around you, trustworthy and heartfelt advice, charity work. This may be you, Aquarius. This may be you and the fish or the people around you. Let's say the people around you. They're surrounding you and they're showering you with attention. All you gotta do is just stand there and be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's me, Aquarius, you know? Or all you have to do is just chill and people will come to you. You'll be attracting them to you. And this could be you spoiling people within your group of friends. A lot of Aquariuses I know are very generous and they like to have gatherings with people, people that they care about, people that are their friends. And sometimes they'll be like, oh yeah, everything's on me, guys, you know, because they're the sign of the humanitarian. So this is you guys maybe wanting to be spoiled by the people around you or spoiling the people around you. Yeah, let me see what else I intuit from this quad for Aquarius. So yeah, that's pretty much what I see, Aquarius. And yeah, you'll just want to be around good people. You'll just want to be around good people. So even if you're not on a romantic date, it's just being around good people in general. And if you're on a date, yeah, you will want the spotlight on you. Like you'll want them to be like, oh, shower. This is them like showering you with things. And you're just like, oh, yes, yes, yes. And I have fabulous hair. Yes. All right, so next up is Pisces. Pisces, sun, moon, and rising, Valentine's Day. And then I will peace out because, yo, this is a very long broadcast. You better believe I'm going to be putting timestamps tomorrow. So Pisces, you're going to have your 12th, your 1st, and your 10th houses lit up. That's like a mix of areas and emotions that are going on, you know, because you got the 12th house. That's where the moon's going to be at, your mood. But see, the 12th house is all about isolation. It's like, I just want to be alone. I just want to be reading a book. I just want to be watching movies. That's the mood of it, is the moon. And then we're going to have Venus in your 1st house in your sign. So you'll be feeling beautiful and gorgeous, okay? That's how you'll be feeling. And you may want attention and you may want people to compliment you on the effort that you put into your looks or whatever. And you'll just want positive attention. You'll want love. You'll want all of that stuff. And then we've got Mars in your 10th house, and the 10th house is like career. So some Pisces people are very busy and very laser focused on their career right now. So this could be like you guys need to kind of step away from. It'll be hard to peel Pisces away from their career stuff. And it'll be hard to like get them to go out too, because your energy levels will be hot and cold. You'll be focused a lot on your career stuff. And then once it's time for downtime, you'll want that to be downtime, like for real, like chilling, like headphones on. You know what I'm saying? Pisces, gonna be like this, chilling at home. Who? What? I don't know. Whatever. You know, you guys are going to be wanting to chill in your own zone. But then, you know, you've got Venus in your first house, which is like, yeah, you know, I might want to get out and have people give me attention and stuff and tell me that I'm pretty. Okay, tell me that I actually did good with my makeup and putting an effort into my looks, you know. So there's going to be a different type of vibe that day. Or it could, so Pisces, I know a lot of you guys are working hard and you want to take time out, but if somebody wants to take you out and they want to show you good attention, don't deny them that and say, I'm going to chill at home with my headphones on. No, try to at least get out. If it's somebody that's good for your energy, try to get out. Don't have yourself isolated, okay? Maybe they may give you that positive attention because you have Venus that you're wearing on you right now. So let's pull a card for Pisces people. Moonchild, I'm going to have my Cappy man watch this so he knows better not to creep. Girl, please do. And I plan on doing more videos focused on the creeping transits because, and I know there will be some smarty pantses that'll be like, oh, well, you can't always pinpoint stuff like that. Listen, like, I will still give the generalization and let you guys look for yourselves about the creeping stuff. For real, for real. Because I've seen it and I've experienced it. Hey, I'm not perfect. There was one time, maybe I'll tell you guys a story one day, but there was one time where I tried to creep on a relationship and I was very young. Oh my God, I was so young though, like fresh out of my teens, like, or maybe still a teenager. I don't know. But I was very young. So, excuse me. I was very young. So yeah, I did try to creep and I snitched on myself. Hold on. Yeah, I pretty much snitched on myself because I'm a terrible liar and I cannot keep a secret like that from a relationship partner. I'm not good. I discovered the hard way that I'm not good at creeping, but I tried it before. And yes, I did have some certain transits going on. So maybe I'll discuss that one day in another video. So the card that flew out for Pisces is the Eight of Air, an illusion of being trapped. What did I just say? A lack of self-confidence, afraid to take action. Pisces, no. Okay. You need, if somebody wants to take you out, let them. Okay. Of course, if they're good for your energy, if their vibe is right, if they take you to a place where the vibe is right, because you know how we are, Pisces. We're very sensitive to our environment. It's the people that we're around. And if we're around shitty people, then we're going to have a shitty vibe and attitude, you know? So of course, if it's somebody that understands that and they want to really have a good time with you and they're genuine, yes, allow yourself to get out. I'm just gonna stay up and I've been working so hard, I need to rest. Yo, just for one night, come on. Maybe they could be that person that's gonna do what you like to do, which is they will act like it's just you two in your own world, in your own little fishbowl, you know, and give you that attention and be romantic and stuff. You never know. Give it a chance. All right, Pisces. So don't just stay home in them damn headphones. Okay? All right, guys, so that was it. So this was not like totally serious horoscope. This was like fun. I felt like this is more fun than anything. So just take it with a grain of salt. But thank you guys for sticking with me for this long, if you're still here and you've been here. And of course, if you're watching the replay, I will put up timestamps. And thank you guys so much. And yeah, I'll have another live broadcast soon, probably about the eclipse in Aquarius, and just really go over the details of that. And don't forget, guys, I still have some specials going on my website, IndigoMoonAstrology.com, for readings. Valentine's Day, I have readings for love, relationships, still going on. I have Jupiter and Scorpio. I have the North and South Node readings, which are pretty trippy, but they're really dope, telling you about your past life versus this life. What else do I have? I don't know. Just go to my website. Check it out. I'll leave it below. And yeah, so I look forward to reading for some of you or seeing you guys in the next live broadcast. Don't forget to follow me. Follow me on Instagram. Follow my Facebook page, which is Cosmic Homegirl. I will stop updating the Pisces Moon Goddess one very soon. So follow me on Cosmic Homegirl on Facebook. And also Instantgo. Instantgo. The link is below for that. So if you have questions for me, astrology questions, you can contact me on the Instantgo app, and it could be like a texting thing to where you can text questions to me and I can answer. All right. So I do readings through Instantgo also. So the link is below. All right, guys. So have a good night. Have a great weekend. Have a wonderful Valentine's Day. Okay. Have a good Valentine. All right. All right, guys. So I'll see you guys soon. Peace out.